So when you're manifesting, there's a common tactic that you've heard that sounds foolproof, right? Replace negative thoughts with positive ones, especially when it comes to manifesting a specific thing or a specific person. I'm sure you've heard it. It's like swapping old, worn-out shoes for new, shiny ones. That is the concept. However, while the intention is good, the reality often plays out differently. So here's a deeper exploration into why this approach might be holding you back more than propelling you forward. So imagine you're trying to manifest a closer relationship with a specific person. Let's call them Sam. So every time a thought like, well, Sam doesn't care about me, pops into your head, you quickly try to replace it with Sam loves me, Sam loves me, I'm so loved, and Sam wants to be close to me. On the surface, it seems like a straightforward solution. Out with the bad, in with the good, right? But here is the catch. Each time you do this, you are essentially confirming that your emotional state and your desired state, whatever state you're desiring, is dependent on Sam's actions or inactions. This is reactive living. You're not revealing your reality that is already there, like in manifestation. Reactivity in thought replacement often leads to mental tug of war, right? So each negative thought about Sam triggers a panic response, a rush to affirm the opposite. This is not calm, deliberate creation of your reality. It's firefighting. So in the heat of the battle, what's often lost is the ability to perceive and act from a place of genuine abundance and self-assuredness, which is your true nature or the God self. So I am Dr. Anilareddy, and for my experience of no separation between you and money, you and wealth, because your experience with money, how money flows into your life is also a relationship, check out my new course called More Than Enough, linked in the description below. So consider this scenario. You see a social media post, maybe on Instagram, of Sam having fun at a party you knew nothing about. Instantly your mind spins stories of exclusion and rejection. Maybe he's already with some other person, he's having fun without you. So reactively you might start affirming, I am loved and included by Sam. So but the underlying panic and sense of rejection continues to simmer. So here you're not truly switching into your desired state. You are just slapping quick fix affirmations over your deeper insecurities. So to truly live an abundant life and manifest your specific relationships, or really any desire, act effectively, the goal should be to move from reactivity to stability, right? So this does not mean ignoring negative thoughts or pushing them or getting rid of them, but just noticing, well, why are they arising, and addressing their root causes. So here we observe without reaction. So instead of immediately swapping out a negative for a positive desired thought, take a moment to observe the thought. Just notice the thought. Well, ask yourself, where's the thought really coming from? What is the thought really about? Is it truly about Sam, or is it reflecting a deeper experience of unworthiness, of fear of rejection? You've been trying to manifest this connection using traditional affirmations, but they often leave you feeling more aware of their absence than their presence. So this is where shifting into the role of the witness or the observer or the noticer, and understanding and recognizing your true self, which is nothing but God's self, transforms the entire process. So stepping into your abundant nature, which gives rise to your abundant self-concept, is not about forcefully swapping out negative emotions for desired positive ones. Instead, it involves a deeper, more introspective approach that aligns with your true nature, which is awareness. So ask these guided pause questions, and we'll dive into what the witness is. The witness is a state of pure awareness. It's the essence of who you really are. Just sitting back and observing without attachment or judgment. So this awareness, you can call it consciousness, God, self, whatever, does not engage in criticism or form opinions. It views all aspects of your experience, like your emotions, thoughts, everything from a, serene, it's all good, it's all working out kind of perspective. So this is the real you. You know that instant voice in your head, the one that's always on, commenting, judging, and often disrupting your peace, or removing you from your desired state? That is not you. That is the ego self or the separate self, which gives rise to state of lack, what might be termed as this personal I in a state of lack. It's the architect behind these negative thoughts and the emotions of lack that plague your mind. So when you try to combat negative feelings by imposing positive ones or positive thoughts, you're not truly being the witness or the noticer. You're reacting. So replacing a thought with another thought is a response to circumstances. But your true self, the core of your being, which is your God self, does not react. So reactions are the domain of the separate self, which operates from a perceived lack, state of perceived lack. So emotions and thoughts, notice how they're transient. They have a beginning and an end, which technically classifies them as circumstances because they have a beginning and an end. So when you try to replace one thought with another, you are engaging in a reactive behavior typical of the separate self. You are coming from a state of lack. So let's apply this to an example. Okay, so you check your phone. There's no new messages from this person called Sam. So instantly a familiar sting of rejection hits you. Your automatic reaction might be to affirm, oh, Sam loves and prioritizes me. I'm the belle of the ball. Sam obsesses over me. But as you've noticed, this can often deepen the feeling of separation. So here, instead of reacting with a prescripted positive affirmation, you pause. When you feel a pang of loneliness or rejection, pause. Acknowledge this emotion, these thoughts, without trying to change them. Just notice the sting, the disappointment. It's present, but it's not the entirety of your being. Now, embrace the witness. Shift your awareness to the role of the observer or the witness. Observe these feelings just as they are, just emotions passing through awareness. They rise and fall, but they don't define you. They're not permanent. For instance, I see this feeling of rejection, but I'm not this feeling. I am not these emotions. I am the one who observes them. And you can notice this, right? So detach now from judgment. As the witness, you don't need to label these emotions as good or bad. They are simply experiences, waves on the surface of your deeper, calmer nature. You're on top of this neutral, stable nature. Now notice the qualities of this witness more. Is it welcoming? Does it hold on to anything? Does the witness or this noticer have an ending? Or is it endless? Now, is the witness or this noticer ever not enough? Is the noticer ever spoiled or ruined because of any of the stories it's noticing? Can anything make it not enough? Now, this next one is a very good question to ask. In this moment, am I separate from the specific person, or is it my thoughts that create the divide? Realize at the deepest level, beyond the superficial layers of everyday interactions, there is no lover and loved. There is only love, a state of being that contains all. So you can use this for any desire, by the way, for any kind of discomfort or distress. It's not limited to one thing. It's the same answer or the same approach really for everything. So you pause, recognize that you're aware, you rest in the fact that you're aware of being aware, and then you experience what you want by affirming or visualizing if you wish to do that. So instead of using now affirmations to bridge a perceived gap, you affirm the reality of you seeing your inherent connection. Now Sam and I are enjoying a loving relationship, or whatever feels natural comes to you. Of course it's going to feel good. Of course this affirmation is true because you're coming from the true recognition that you lack nothing. So just continue to play with this awareness throughout your day, whether you're checking your phone for a message from someone specific or just reflecting on your interactions. Come back, return to the state of the witness whenever you feel like exploring. So this perspective reinforces that you are complete and abundant and not lacking anything. So pause, rest, and experience. This approach, transforms the act of manifesting from some effortful striving to just a natural way of living your life. It's just a natural state of being. So when you operate from an understanding that you are truly never separate from what or whom you love, your actions, your thoughts, circumstances, people around you align with this truth. Manifestations now occur not as a result of struggle or force, but as a natural expression of your realization of oneness and love. And stay tuned this week because I'm going to be sharing a lot of manifestation success stories. I know you've been asking for them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.